When I made this plaque and the pumpkins for putting out the pumpkins for the fans, what I did is I got this big basket and I would just pile pumpkins into a basket and put it on the front porch with a little plaque that said, yes, this is the Laurie Strode house where the original Halloween was filmed. And I said, you know, you're welcome to borrow the pumpkin, take a picture, have fun, please return the pumpkin. So this was a plaque that I made up with this big, huge basket. And then fans would drop souvenirs, thank you letters into this basket. And of course I saved everything and made a scrapbook.
Bianca kept everything people left her from fans all the years.
And so many of the fans thanked Ron and I, and they would leave us wonderful thank yous it made their trip when they could take a picture of themselves with the pumpkin.
Everything that had to do with Halloween in South Pass, she kept it and made it into this. Like, there's the cover of LA Times we were on. She kept everything, including all of my flyers and articles that I haven't even seen. Like, I've never even seen this article before. When I opened in 2015, I went to her house and I left her a note that said, I wanted to give you a personal invite to our show. This was in 2015, so I would have used Exhibit now, but we have original artist proofs of your house. I'd love for you to see. I picked these out personally. Please come October 3rd, Sarah Rose. She kept my note, which I was like, oh my God, I totally remember writing that.
Sarah Rose left a little note that she was opening up SugarMynt Gallery, and she's going to concentrate and kind of focus on Halloween because she was next to the Michael Myers house, and she wanted to introduce us to her. And then so she left this little note, and I believe it was an invitation to go to her open house.
Bianca came that Halloween, and that's when I first met her.
And so, of course, Ron and I went to the opening. We met Sarah Rose, and we just hit it off. We just hit it off, and we just became friends. And of course, but she knew my sisters and my family. I had never met Sarah Rose until she left the little fan notice to come to her open house. And then Sarah would, every time that she had an art opening, she made up these really, really cool flyers and postcards. And then she'd always come down to the house, give me a huge stack of them. And then I'd leave them there for the fans. And the fans loved them. They would take them as a souvenir. So it was kind of good. They would have a little souvenir, but I would make sure all the fans would go to SugarMynt Gallery to patronize her place. And then, of course, to see the Michael Myers house.
This was the basket that she'd leave on her porch for fans and like literally gave them that you can sit on the stoop. Yes, this is the Laurie Strode house. Yes, this is the house of Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween 1970. She laminated this and put it in a basket with a pumpkin all year round for fans to walk up, take, and sit on her stoop. How amazing is that?
Because the fans, they just enjoyed it. I mean, when they tell you about coming from all over the world, just to sit down on that stoop with the pumpkin, how could you be upset or be a Grinch who stole their Halloween? So we were okay with it. People from Germany, Japan, France, Australia, people from all over the world made a trek. We rented the house, so we did not own the house, everybody. We just rented the house for 35 years. When we got the notice that we had to move, that the original owners of the house, and the original owners of the house that house has been in that family almost 100 years. And so we rented that house 35 of those years that we lived in that house. So when we got the notice that we had to leave, it was pretty crushing. I cried for a week, and I remember going up to SugarMynt Gallery and telling Sarah Rose, and Sarah Rose and I cried, hugged each other and cried, hoping that the new owners of the house would embrace Halloween like Ron and I embraced Halloween.